not the most synergy. And I mean, HGT just banned out Sven. That's another one that we didn't mention that could have been pretty good here.
Yes, Sven is actually quite good potentially with Wisp. At the same time, so you know who else is an option? Is well, actually
CK,
no.
Is that what you're gonna say?
Not versus Gyro. I feel like Gyro's so good against that.
Yeah, exactly.
Sven isn't really even the best this game. They've got a lot of ways to kite him. The Viper Strike, Spirit Breaker, all of his abilities basically. Gyro's ult is quite good.
Yeah.
I feel like where the Sven really excels is versus like the illusion carries. But they do ban it anyway.
This feels like a good Storm game to me. They don't have any silence and they don't really have much in the way of hard stuns. You've got Spirit Breaker, but that's kind of about it. Like telekinesis as well, but
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess the issue then is how are you going to lane it if you go for something like that? Like Queen of Pain could maybe go to the off lane, but they have a lot of burst damage and zoning potential for her.
It could also just be a kind of a casual Wisp. We saw HGT do that the other day where
solo mid Wisp?
Yeah, he sort of started mid to help that, and then he moved to the safe lane and was just sort of a general positive force around the field, and it wasn't a classic one-to-one Wisp partner. But they will get the Skywrath Mage. That helps cover their bases in case it is indeed a Storm pick. Get themselves a silence to try and lock him down.
I'm actually going to... I have a computer now, so I'm going to take a look at the hero list. What else do we have? Naga? Naga's... I don't think if they run that here, they want to show it, though.
Yeah, PA is an option. Could be an okay PA game.
Yeah, PA is pretty good. Viper, Spearbreaker, and Gyro, all very heavy physical and right-click damage dealers, and
Ember Spear
is great against him. And they have... Not the best at initiating on him, but... just run him down, basically.
Yeah. And Ember does have...
time, you know, why not? It's XDD.
Yeah. It's the big thing. And when you're in the safe lane, sometimes you're...
Supports maybe not to keep you alive, but to... Probably a Spirit Breaker, maybe a +1. Absolutely require assistance.
Yeah. Breaker pretty far back, and if he's level 2 at like the 4 minute.
All right. Did they settled again?
So I guess the perfect. Like 10 seconds after, so people will just sort of randomly get stunned, and then your screen just implodes with this huge supernova explosion, and it's always a challenge.
Yeah, it's like the Rax is killed, and then like they're already killing the throne, and then all of a sudden the Rax dies. It's like, what the hell is going on here, man?
Yeah, I know when they were having server issues at Dream League, the way OD Pixel and Draskell handled it was they would just trade off frames. So they would do crazy play-by-play for one frame, and then Draskell would take over for the next, and they would just go back.
Here we go. They are actually fighting right now. There's a fissure coming out, and in goes XDD, and out goes XDD right back to the well, and we are still lagging, but he's dead.
Well, Gyro gets the first blood. Very nice start here for HGT. Quap will be able to blink safely, and
brutal.
All right.
Well, that is not the start you want for Ember.
No, definitely not. And not the start you want to give the enemy Gyro.
They buy him a TP. He'll quickly head towards top, but...
So how will these dire lanes settle down? Looks like it is the lane Earthshaker. actually doing the solo offlane shaker that we talked about? It's turning into an aggro tri-lane for HGT though. XTT, the Spirit Breaker will have some support coming his way. Kaka on the Rubik will rotate, as well as the Skywrath here.
They have a nice lane ward though, so they see all this movement. Not going to be the easiest lane to get into. At the same time, HGT have a ton of damage here, so I think with the Spirit Breaker as the frontliner, they can be rather aggressive. Lina's going to TP out. If they know this, they may look to make a move. Queen of Pain getting heavily harassed here off the bat.
Yeah, the Lina TP's bottom of all places, so it will be a...
And they're showing it too.
Lina lane. And now I wonder if they're going to start giving farm to the Lina and the Earthshaker will become more of a support, or if she's supporting the core Shaker in the bottom.
I'm not sure. I mean, generally I would say Lina's going to use the farm better, but...
Yeah, me too.
Injuly is the off-lane player for the team, so looks like they are giving him the CS early on.
Yeah, and I'm not sure why Lina's rotated down, though. I feel like Injuly, he can't really win the lane against Gyro, but he'll still be able to farm some, get experience, and with just the Gyro, it's hard to keep him completely pushed back from the creep wave.
Perfect world. Just... Is that Kaka from HGT that paused? Because it looked like he was an observer.
Yeah, that's weird. There must be an observer named Kaka. Because he's not tagged up as...
Yeah, he's also got the capital K.
Yeah, oh, okay. It's like Super and Super, Kaka and Kaka.
I guess so.
You have to go by capitals.
Well, hey, I guess if Perfect World want to pause a game in their own qualifier, they can damn well do it if they please.
I think so. I won't be the one to question it. I like that set that ZSMJ is rocking here. I recognize that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Uh-oh.
That's my set.
Here we go. In July, starts it off with a Fissure.
They have a charge coming, though, and Fissure's on cooldown. Lina's stun is not a great way to interrupt this. This could be very bad for In July.
Uh-oh. Oh, he even gets the stun on the Lina as well. In July, starting to move through the trees. LSA does connect on ZSMJ. Rocket Barrage.
Oh, they just need the one bash here.
Yeah.
Do they have the... They does have level 2, yeah.
Yeah, the Rocket Barrage was split between Lina and the creep, so kind of minimal damage there.
And good presence of mind. Didn't just try to run. Turned for the stun, which helps secure the retreat. And now they're just going to go mid. Everyone musical lanes.
Yeah. This is a brutal mid lane, though. Both sides, neither really farming that well, both denying very heavy. You'll see Ember get harassed up top. Uh-oh, telekinesis. Do they have the damage? Skywrath Mage with one more Arcane Bolt. They're going to get it. Yes, they will. Pretty Hall secures the kill in the top lane, and that's the second death for XDD.
Yeah, he saw a potential kill. Waving the red flag in front of the Angry Bull, but...
Yeah.
Angry Bull gets baited in deep and all. Meanwhile, bottom lane, all aboard the feed train here. You know, knows exactly where he's likely headed.
But July's here.
Decent Fissure, but XTTs might be able to charge in a bit further. He's just going to work on 3 heroes simultaneously. They do have the tri-lane bottom emerge. Is there going to be a TP from HGT?
It doesn't feel like they have any damage, though. Can they actually kill XTT? Well, if you connect with the LSA, they'll get it. Boy, that was a close one.
When I said all aboard the feed train, I meant HGT were getting aboard the feed train, just to be clear here.
Nice turnaround for Wings, and they are doing this kind of casual wisp that I mentioned where he's just moving all around. He was supporting up top, and now he's just trying to help out all of the lanes. I feel like the Queen of Pain is the one that really needs the help, though. Viper 13 and 10.
It's not a winnable matchup for Queen of Pain. This is... You cannot level Shadow Strike because of Corrosive, but... And you get outranged anyway. You get out CS because of the passive Nether Toxin, and
he has that.
You really have limited kill potential. If you get the right runes and you have the high ground advantage, maybe, but do we get one more bash here? No boots yet. It's normally by 4 minutes you have your boots on Spirit Breaker.
Exactly. This is, I mean, what did I say? Spirit Breaker at level 2 at 4 minutes is bad news bears, and you see it right here. He just doesn't have the kill potential. Even against a solo Earthshaker, can't find any kills.
Meanwhile, that ES has Arcane Boots. He's living the life.
He is, yeah. It's a great thing about the core Shaker.
They are going to make breach high ground here. They're looking for Super. They'll find that tasty ball, and they're going to toss him. He has the tether to the north. Super puts on his Nikes and
no boots, though. ZSMJ still wants to pursue. He's got Flat Cannon online. Just needs one more, but Searing Chains connect.
Oh, it's out of tower range, though. Maybe he dives for this. Nah, I'm not going to risk it.
Okay. Wisp barely lives.
Meanwhile, Viper is almost dead mid lane. Queen of Pain goes in on this. Air's going to turn this, though, with Nether Toxin. He might be able to get the kill. Oh, no!
All right, it's going to be a 1-for-1.
He dies from beyond the grave to the... I think that was to the... Well, just to the poison.
Yeah, just the
I was going to say, how is he dying to the corrosive skin?
But Queen of Pain gets the kill first. That's actually pretty big. She gets all the XP out of that. And now Lina will get a little bit of solo time in the mid lane while they're both in the grave. I mean, that was close, though. You see how tanky the Viper is against the Queen of Pain. He almost won that.
Yeah, that kill really shouldn't happen. Viper should not die to Queen of Pain. But just play a little cocky. Arrow was very low. Didn't want to leave the lane. And I ultimately at least gets the counter kill. But really nice for the Quap.
So does that put her at level 6 now? No, not quite. She's still struggling. But they're leveled out in experience. So that deny advantage that Air had is now nullified.
That's how hard he was winning the lane.
Exactly.
She gets the kill, and or the experience for the kill, and they're still about even on levels.
Yeah. And who's that? Oh, it's the Spirit Breaker. He's getting some alone time in that bottom lane, man. He's getting the recovery, now level 5, has his boots up. Maybe he can start making some plays around the map. But meanwhile, in the top lane, we'll see a fight break out. XDD in trouble once again. Takes the silence from Pretty Hawk. ZSMJ just trying to chase him down. They may not get that kill. It's In July that gets pulled back. Rocket Barrage, well,
here comes the cow. They're going to wipe all 3. In July, run down. XDD likely to be next. He's trying to retreat out. Out comes the nukes. Pretty Hall with the silence. They break the flame guard. They need one more arcane bolt. They don't have the mana. Almost wiped the trap.
Wow. Still a 2-0. Great trade for HGT.
Close call, man. This is just a bloody massacre early on for HGT, and they've got to be let off some steam after getting knocked out of the tournament in that game 1 of the series.
Yeah. Let all that anger out. And they have a go here at Air. Sonic Wave comes out. In July, pops forward, and the Queen of Pain will find the kill. But now XTT, he wants a counter kill. He'll turn and focus on In July.
He got the creep.
Gives up on the Quap. Yeah, that was...
They might go back in on him. Enchant Totem's coming. They have a fissure soon.
Quap sipping that bottle. Okay, nicely played by In July there. I'm not sure if XTT actually could have gotten the kill on the Quap, because he was assuming that the blink was coming off cooldown, so she'd be able to just jump away. Yeah, it is a level 2 blink.
I'm really wondering when we see this Ember start to move around. So far, he's just been sitting top. He gets the phase boots.
He definitely needs level 6 before he can start
He's not
moving.
very farmed, to be honest. 26, yes, but the 2 deaths are just crippling at this. Normally, at this stage of the game, you'll have, like,
at least a Bracer working.
Bracer and probably the Robe of the Magi, I would say, to be honest.
Yeah, so SMJ almost going down bottom, but he turns. He wants to fight. Lina lane in the right clicks will find the kill. In July, he goes down on the other side of it. It's a 1-4 to get things started. Now it's Lina versus Skywrath. LSA off the mark. Dragon Slave will be there. Arcane Bolt just to poke her and try and push her back one more. Would have been enough for
Meanwhile, top lane, huge dive. XDD going in on Kaka. Gets the kill. The Super IO. Did the math and makes it out.
Yeah, good idea for Wings to get aggressive up top, seeing those TP rotations down to the bottom. They know that supports aren't going to be able to come up, and that Rubik is food.
Yeah. Quite a few remnants are now parked on the top side of the map in case they want to make a go on somebody who rotates in. Didn't end up needing them in the end. I think he might have been out of mana, but yeah, it's kind of
things getting exciting on the Yasha stream.
Yeah, I hear Toby going nuts. This one a little bit slower paced early on, but yeah, Wings looking to heat it up. They're moving towards the bottom side.
Spirit Breaker is level 6 now, so this is an interesting time for him. Even if they try and jump on him, the Nether Strike, very potent at this stage of the game. They are smoked up, but a little bit hesitant to engage this. XTT walks right into it. Fissure to start it off. LSA to follow up, and the Space Cow.
He's going in
down straight away. He tries to charge through, but
there's only one way out of a 3-hero pile-up for Spirit Breaker, and that's straight in, but not this time, man.
Wrong place at the wrong time. He broke the smoke, but yeah, walked right into it.
I haven't seen Air really. Oh, by the way, he's
actually fallen behind
no
quite
boots
a bit. Look at the net worth now.
We're 9 minutes in.
900.
Yeah, and we're 9 minutes in. He still does not have boots.
Kaka survives the Sleight of Fist as ZSMJ makes a rotation.
Close to getting a double kill there, but ends up getting nothing.
Yeah.
And, okay, he wants boots now.
Yeah.
He's decided the naked mech rush is not for him.
Quap with 2 null tallies here. She wants this early edge. Viper Strike comes out. I don't know if the Queen of Pain can win this. She definitely wouldn't have, and will now feel the hurt of the Viper's poison.
Yeah, she wants to soften him up and then go back in after a couple of bottle charges with the ulti, but yeah, it seems like she's... Oh, actually, where is her bottle?
It's on the courier. It's on the courier. She's trying to crow, but that recent change making it difficult. Meanwhile, in the bottom, In July, he drops a YOLO Echo Slam. Not quite enough for the kill. I'm not sure if that one was worth it, but a noble effort.
Spectacular dunk.
All right, so Quap's got her bottle back. She had to kind of walk back to the well almost to get it. The courier is just so slow when it has a bottle now.
I feel like pretty soon it's going to start. It's like you're going to have to pull the courier. You'll be playing a mini game like like Mario Party where you just have to spam a single button or something. Otherwise, it'll just constantly be like magnetically attracted to the fountain.
Yeah,
that'll be the next step.
It seems the frog is not too keen on bottle crowing in general. It's just been nothing but nerfed over the past few patches.
Well, if he really wasn't keen, he could just remove it.
That's true. That's very true.
It makes certain heroes just not viable mid is the thing. There's just some heroes like Magnus that they're never going to win mid.
Yeah.
Even getting runes can be a challenge for some of them, and it's just all about City Mac, bottle crowing, spam your nuke, and
yeah. I think a lot of people would argue that the bounty runes were an attempt to try and reduce the amount of bottle crowing.
Hello,
set up
Kaka.
down bottom. He'll get stunned, but the follow-up from Lina isn't quite there. They can't bring him down. Now the rotations fly through. They finish him off with a Laguna, but Lina will pay with her life.
Dash.
Can they get In July? XTT should have a charge coming up soon, but it's a double damage Quap that joins the party. In July turns around. Skywrath Mage almost brings him down, but the stick charges keep him alive until the Nether Strike secures the kill.
Needs a bash.
So the double damage. Needs to be careful here. She's getting aggressive.
She's got the ulti scream combo. Does she have the mana? Just barely, but not with the blink. Doesn't want to risk it. Looking for the ult. Gets bashed down. You're gonna go down.
Oh no, the Queen of Pain didn't do the math on that one.
Oh,
little RNG there for the space cow.
She didn't have. She had 350 mana, which is not enough for blink scream and ulti. So she tried to bottle up, walk in, and deliver the combo before blinking out. To give her time to use the bottle. But during that time, she got a little hesitant. Where is the Spirit Breaker exactly? Then the charge bash comes out, and that's all she wrote, man.
And then right after that, up top, Ember Spirit tries to finish off the tower. They kill the Ember, and then they deny the tower next to his corpse. That is just a double whammy of victory for HGT there.
Oh, the other thing was that, lost vision of Kaka, which is why the Laguna Blade didn't come out right away. But eventually got the vision and ended up finding the kill.
They'll even get another one here. Make sure they punish that Rubik. Queen of Pain's still doing very well, though. We talked about how much she was struggling in the mid lane, but her rotations have been pretty on point and consistently staying at least 500, 600 net worth above the Viper.
Yeah, that solo kill just completely changed this game. Not something you see very often. I feel like, Air maybe not taking this game super seriously after the devastating defeat last time around. Not even bothering with boots for 10 minutes into the game.
Oh, here we go. Set up onto Air. Even a relocate coming in. They really want this Viper kill, and boy, will they get it. Credit will go to Queen of Pain, but there's a fight breaking out on the other side of it. The Nether Strike's enough to bring down the Wisp. Now In July, caught inside of the call downs. He'll fall. XDD, he's in deep. He's trying to rendezvous with but the Skywrath Mage will have his ulti. Mystic Flare secures the kill. Huge Sonic Wave all over HGT. Do they have the cleanup? Queen of Pain wants to finish off the stragglers, and she's just the hero to do it.
17%.
What a chaotic fight. 4 for 3, favoring HGT.
It's always fun to play Spirit Breaker.
Oh, yeah.
The Rocket Barrage goes off, just removes the Flame Guard, and then give me a bash, first hit, swings the Lantern, Ember dies.
I feel like the fact that his weapon is a Lantern also makes it hurt that much more.
Well, I think in Dota 2 it's actually a mace, but I mean...
Oh, it is a mace, you're right.
I'm a Warcraft 3
actually, you know what? I always thought it was... I think he's got a Lantern in the other hand. He's got a Lantern in one, mace in the other.
Okay.
So.
He swings the mace. And in Warcraft 3, I believe he actually swung a Lantern.
Oh, yeah.
Or at least I seem to recall that. If not, that's what I remember, so that's all that
What were those Orc units called that he was based off of? I can't remember anymore.
Oh, God.
They weren't called Spirit Breakers, were they?
I think they actually were called Spirit Breakers. I believe. Now I'm going to have to look.
Yeah, now I'm second-guessing myself. I don't know. Uh-oh, he's charging again. They want but he will cancel it. Queen of Pain, man. She is just balling out of control now. Rubik did steal the Sonic
Spirit Walkers. They were called Spirit Walkers.
Yeah, there you go. I knew it was Spirit something.
They had the thing that the Spirit Link where you would cast on your team, and it was like the opposite of Fatal Bonds, where it helps it distributes it reduces the damage on each unit by distributing it across them instead of amplifying the.
It really was the opposite of Fatal Bonds. Actually, I forgot about that.
I wonder if I guess that's probably where he got the idea for the spell.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that Sonic Wave in the last fight though is just brutal.
Yeah, this has been an excellent Queen of Pain game. I mean, Queen of Pain has been just one of the heroes of this patch, it honestly feels like, across all regions. You see some heroes that just are kind of ignored in other regions, but Queen of Pain has been a universal constant in 6.84. What are we on now? D? Is it C?
I think it might be D.
I think it's D. Call down on 2. This could be big, Andrew.
Relocate, though. Now the charge sets up. This could be another chaotic fight in the mid lanes. NSMJ gets stunned. Triple Remnant for the big damage. They destroy the Gyrocopter. Now Pretty Hall on his way in. Mystic Flare connects onto Super. He might have the damage to finish him off. I hear that Spirit Breaker in the background. He'll drop the hammer all over the Lina. 1 for 2 in favor of HGT. In July, in a very awkward position here. He does not have a TP, but I don't think they'll find him. That's a good little nook there that's pretty hard to scout.
There's your Shadow Blade, and now things get very sad for a lot of heroes on wings. If you don't see the Spirit Breaker coming, as Wisp, you're dead. Earthshaker, you're pretty likely dead. Lina, I think you're pretty dead. Yeah. I think he can solo any of those 3 heroes unless there's someone unless they have vision and they're able to interrupt the charge or bait him, or if they just happen to have somebody nearby.
Yeah. The Shadow Blade on Spirit Breaker feels like it's becoming the new standard, and it's really strong, actually. It gives you a way to initiate on heroes like Ember Spirit, and he can't find it so easily. In July, walking in deep, a tether across, Super trying to save him, but can't relocate out in time. Actually didn't have it off cooldown yet, so no hope of saving him there. Super will actually pay with his life. Double kill for the Skywrath Mage.
Meanwhile, bottom lane.
That's a big kill. That's a streak for the
Gyro. Coming out, they got the Queen of Pain.
Yeah.
That was the one hero that was just dominating for wings, but it seems now they're in danger of falling apart.
Mm-hmm. Wow, Air with a 16-minute mech. That is very atypical for him. He's more at that like 9-10 minute mech on Viper more often than not.
Yeah, it's a bit slow. Charge coming in, and they don't see it coming. He goes right through the Ember and deeper onto XTD did use the chains, and I guess they might have been cooling down there, but that could amount to a whole lot in the end.
Yeah, now in July, they know where he is. Viper putting in those poison attacks. He's been slowed down. Pretty Hall just trying to get vision for that concussive. In July, makes it to the high ground. This could be his escape.
Run, Cow, run!
Oh, he turns for the fissure, and they get the vision they need. Another YOLO Echo Slam from In July. It's just not enough. Super, he'll pay with his life as well. It's a bloodbath. Wings Gaming in trouble. 3 down. HGT, did they get that tier 1 tower in the mix, or is that their objective?
This Spirit Breaker is just out of control. He is like single-handedly winning the game for them, I feel, at this point.
Yeah, now he's level 11 too, so another strike.
I mean, Air lost mid as a Viper versus Queen of Pain. I mean, maybe the supports help check the runes and stuff, but it's not like they were dual laning by any stretch.
Yeah.
That shouldn't happen. The Gyrocopter was not really having the best time of it, and it's just been all about the Spirit Breaker.
Now the 5-man really favoring HGT. They'll get another kill on XDD. Laguna comes out from Lina, not enough for a kill, and now they'll just chase
He's going in.
Down.
Oh.
They dive to tier 2, and it's another double for Pretty Hall.
Yeah, a little bit of a last hit there for him.
Yeah,
I'll definitely take that. The mech, I believe, also make a pretty big difference there for Air and the rest of the team. And like you said, they're just at death ball status now.
Yeah, Queen of Pain, the only one. Wow, look at that. Look at that.
Shadow Blade Spirit Breaker is just not something Wings can really deal with.
Yeah. So what do you think about the Aghanims versus Orchid first item on Queen of Pain? I feel like in this qualifier we've seen a lot more Aghanims first compared to the West, where we see almost exclusively Orchid first.
I really think it's situational. I think there's more situations where Orchid is the better item, but I don't think either is necessarily better. Like, if you're going to be team fighting a lot, then I think the Aghs is definitely the way to go. If you're really trying to split push or dealing with heavy push and want to be able to deep push better, I think Aghs is also better. Oh, well, there used to be a Wisp there. I mean, he just can't be off on his own anymore.
Yeah.
He wasn't even really. The Ember was close, but he can't even be visible anymore.
Yeah.
But I think outside of that, Orchid's generally the safer item. It gives you more right-click damage. It's better for the mono regen. So I think it's more, is it one of those big team fight games or games where you need mass wave clear from Queen of Pain?
Yeah.
Or is it any other game, basically, where you just want the versatility of the Orchid?
Spirit Breaker, he'll be in the wrong place at the wrong time. 3-man squad drops him.
That's an unstoppable streak.
Yep, and the Earthshaker will get it, actually.
That might be his blink, honestly.
He will be very close to it, if not. Yeah, 1,500.
He just got half the blink gold with that one kill.
That's pretty nice.
He closed the distance remaining by half, I should say.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was Synderen that told me yesterday that if you can really maximize the use of the Orchid, you can there's more potential with it because you don't need to use the ultimate as much because it buffs up your damage, but very situational indeed. In July, well, all that hard-earned money, some of it'll go kapooey as he gets brought down. Pretty Hall in very deep, staying alive for a surprisingly long time.
Good call down.
Yeah.
Covers the path of retreat.
And that's another unstoppable streak, but this time going the other way. XDD finishes it off from Pretty Hall.
I don't think he can really go in Air here. Air is a bit too strong. He's going to probably Remnant back in a moment. No,
Flame Guard's gone. Air stunned up by the LSA. He does have some follow-up behind him. This Viper pretty tanky at this stage.
He's way too big. He's got the Oak Club, and in is coming the Spirit Breaker, mind you. This is going to be ugly in a moment. They get the charge forward. Now the Nether Strike coming through, and they want a little bit more. They're going to dive onto you-know, who turns and accepts his fate at the hands of ZSMJ. XDD looks to Remnant away. He will lose the gyro, but they might get XDD here. Do they have the charge? They do.
Would it have made a difference if the gyro used his drums there out of the tower? I think he still would have died. Would have maybe made the difference. Oh, XDT, the charge gets interrupted by In July. He gets telekinesed off to the side.
He stole the fissure.
Oh, mama.
He almost fissure blocked them in the ramp. Oh, and he makes it out.
Not enough mana for the chains.
Close call.
And his wand was still on cooldown.
He used the Shadow Blade.
Oh, my.
I thought he was going to charge Shadow Blade in and just try and ambush them, but would have been a pretty risky play.
Yeah. I feel like Queen of Pain is the hero keeping wings in this game right now. She's still #1 on net worth by a pretty healthy margin, about 1,500 still up on the Viper. Spirit Breaker continuing to stay aggressive. He'll charge In July, cancels it, but still has the Shadow Blade on.
This is awkward.
Skywrath, he's in the lane, still has quite a few seconds left on the Shadow Blade. Nope, not going to go for it. Instead, maybe Super. Oh my. Okay, well that went a little bit differently.
That was not how I expected that game to go. I don't know why he just backed there. I mean, he might have died, but instead he just feeds and gets nothing. He could have at least killed the Wisp.
That was weird. Ooh, Lena gets a big fatty here. It's like, actually, it wasn't as big as it seemed like. Just a bunch of the little baby golems.
Yeah, they look more satisfying than they are.
Yes, yes. Uh-oh, here we go. Kaka in the wrong place at the wrong time, but Skywrath Mage on the low ground. Who's going to kill who here? It's a 1-for-1 so far, but Super Telekinesis should die to the Skywrath Mage. Will indeed, but now the Queen of Pain.
Now the call down. Everybody wants to get in on the feeding action as he has
buyback from the Wisp. Oh, there's the relocate in. That'll finish off the pretty haul, but ZSMJ, he's going deep here. He might get
both of them with the missile coming in. No, the Remnants arrives. ZSMJ, he's going to get beaten down by the angry ancient.
Just wait, LD. Air is coming for the cleanup.
I mean, it's a Viper. He's going to like slowly flop his way in for the cleanup.
All right. I had higher hopes there, but now the Blink Dagger on the Earthshaker, who also is now level 11, so perhaps we'll see some big Echo Slams become a reality.
This has been such a clown show of a game, honestly. 32-21 at 22 minutes.
Yeah.
We're like, what, 2.5 kills per minute, I believe?
Something like that, yeah. That's about right.
I'm not complaining, mind you, but that is impressive.
It's pretty bloody. HGT holding on to a lead, but not really pulling away with it quite yet. Wings are still feeling pretty healthy. Charge down bottom In July. He's in deep. 2.4 kills per minute.
Nice Blink Dagger, dude. Who's the real cow now?
That's true. Cow on cow.
That was a lot of gold for that Earthshaker kill.
It was.
456.
I wonder what XTT is going to grab next. How does he itemize? Is that a BKB or the beginning of an Aghanims?
I hope it's an Eggs.
Me too.
It's not really a Halberd or Silver Edge game, so yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
I think the Eggs would be the most fun item anyway.
Yeah, Eggs is a weird item.
Then again, I wouldn't have complained if someone picked Techies and Bloodseeker, and I mean, they gave us this, so.
Techie's tiny, man. That's really where it's at.
What was that game where it was like the Techies strat? They had tiny Techies, Pudge.
I think that was Secret did that in... That was one of the first Techies games we saw after he got added to Captain's Mode.
I mean, I think it was a game where like they had already like advanced or something.
It was a game just like this where it really didn't matter for anything.
Yeah.
They played
that
it
was
anyway.
Fun though.
It was very.
They know how to put on a show for their fans.
Yeah. Yeah, I bumped into Danny Dem on the ladder like last week, and they did that strat against my Undying, and it was not fun. There's one way to demoralize your enemies: throw them into Techie's minds.
Uh-oh, smoke does get revealed here. Now the Blade Dunk, they wanted air on the Viper, but they might pay for it. The call out, the Mystic Flare, just endless pain rains down from the heavens.
The wings have been clipped. There's only one left alive, but XDD, does he have the Exodus? It doesn't look like it. Arcane Bolt chasing him down. Missiles flying from the skies. Actually, he may make it out. Arcane Bolt after Arcane Bolt, they'll dive him deep. It's a 5-man wipe for just the Viper. Less than ideal for the Dire team.
They almost didn't get the Viper. We barely died there.
They had to drop Laguna, Echo, and Sonic Wave to kill the Viper.
HGT. I mean, where was this team last game? They got to be kicking themselves now.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. I mean, to be fair, I think Wings have played a lot clownier than what they would if it was a game-deciding, or an advancement-deciding match.
So it ran once before a professional match by Wings against Navi in the DAC wildcard qualifiers, actually winning as well. That's funny, I didn't realize that. Wings has actually done the Techies Tiny Strat.
But not here.
Yeah, Wings is an easy team to underestimate, I think, because they were the team that came out of the open qualifier. So any team that has that label on them will...
Glimmer Boys, the stolen fissure connects on two, and they just slaughter him with the Mystic
that was the
Flare.
reveal of the Glimmer Cape, too, so they were not quite ready for that one.
What an item. That has to be one of the, I think, coolest and just most ridiculous items added to Dota in a long time.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Relocate out with XTD, but he gets silenced almost right away. Sonic Wave connects on both. They'll kill Pretty Hawk first. Now XTD trying to make the escape.
Oh, that's call down. BKB combo could be really scary here. Wisp going to end up relocating back, but
He doesn't take anybody with him.
no, actually everyone lives, it looks like.
Well, that was a 10-second BKB from ZSMJ, and now it'll expire. He'll get caught by Chains, LSA, Laguna. Can they actually bring him down? Lena gets that one last auto attack, and they secure the kill. Okay. Thought that gyro might clean house, but it goes the other way around.
Conchers. Yeah. Now they have the BKB on air. How much must it suck to be the Viper? It's the most boring possible hero out of all 10.
Yeah, Air has had kind of a weird game here. I feel like he's just spent a lot of time by himself farming, and then in the team fights, he's the one with the target on his back because he's the mech carrier.
Yeah. And just a beastly monster in general.
Yeah. Now smoke
by the way, I guess we haven't talked about the scoreboard, but that is a 17-5-8 Skyrath Mage. He's been involved in 25 kills. XTD, one more Bastion he's done for.
Oh, but the Remnant's there.
He could have Nether Strike that a bit earlier, I think, and gotten the kill.
Yeah, definitely.
Mercy was had.
Oh, now the relocate coming in from the backside. Wisp brings in the Earthshaker, blink forward, sets it up with the totem, and yeah, they've got plenty of stuns. That'll be the end of the killing spree here for the Spirit Breaker, and Wisp gets a 600 gold bounty out of that. Wow. That's a surprising amount of gold for the Wisp, actually.
Now he really wishes he had Nether Struck that.
Yeah.
At least get that Ember kill.
Okay. Well, HGT still holding on to a lead, but not in the cores. It's really all about the supports right now. You look at the Rubik and the Skywrath, and they are pretty wealthy relative to the Wisp and the Earthshaker. Battle Fury is out on XDD now.
Fissure, Blink, Mystic Flare, the combo plays are coming out here for HGT, but they don't get any kills out of this. In fact, they're going to turn them pretty off. They can nuke them down. I thought they had a Laguna there, but it was actually no mana for it.
Defensive Yules buys some time. Now the call down setup. ZSMJ has a BKB. Popped it right away. XDD stunned. Almost brought down. Remnant to the high ground. One more auto attack and they'll find the kill, but instead they want Wisp. A Fissure
coming out. Big Queen of Pain ultimate onto ZSMJ. BKB's ward off. They mech him to try and save him. One last nuke from will end him. As they look now for a July, and they have disabled the Blink. Lift him, drop him, Nether Strike him for good measure. He turned for a very depressing dunk, and he dies anyway.
He loves the pre-death Echo Slams. If I'm going down, I'm doing as much damage as I can, gosh darn it.
Oh, it's XGT going for this? Oh, come on!
Live a little.
Live a lot.
Uh-oh.
He's got another strike. XTD definitely needs to be careful. Some XTD on XTT action. This is my favorite homebrewed movie. I cannot believe how many of the Chinese players' names are so similar. Like you've got
XLL, XDD, XTT.
You've got X, MMY's old name. You've got FY, Fenrir. Well, they're not that similar. I mean, like all the three numerical digit names, 357,
the old
820.
Speed Gaming was the worst because they had ZYF, ZD, Z, ZYR, so they had all these Z names.
I mean, then you've got 3 Tong Fu teams, 2 newbie teams, 2 Vici Gaming teams. LGD used to have LGD C-Deck, now they're just C-Deck.
It is not the most casual, friendly viewing experience, that's for sure.
Then you've got 2 supers, lowercase super, uppercase super. I mean, there's 2 Kakas. We've got Kaka the player, Kaka the admin who's pausing the game. I mean,
average kills per minute in this qualifier has been 1.22. In this game, it is 2.37. So that just speaks to how much blood has been shed so far in this 30-minute match.
I'm not going to lie, I wouldn't mind if more of the games were like this in the qualifier.
Yeah.
We've had a pretty high level of action overall, but
yeah,
it could go the next level.
Yeah, this tier of the Chinese teams do tend to play a little more aggressive, I think, than some of the top-tier Chinese teams that will always just take that safe route and, let's just farm a little bit more.
Really? I feel like it's the opposite.
Really? I guess actually on this patch it's a little bit different, but you look a few patches ago. And
I feel like, if anything, these teams aren't as confident in their execution, so they won't push the lead as much, at least what we've seen lately. I don't know.
I guess IG is the big culprit that comes to mind where, unless it's like a 5-man wipe, they will not risk it to push the high ground. They've been playing very, very safe in general, so almost to a fault.
That is the burning factor.
Yeah, that's true.
I remember Cassie with Winter a lot when he was on the DK squad, but here comes the fight now. There's a nice defensive relocate. The call down comes through, and Earthshaker able to blink himself back towards safety. You know will be the one who gets caught out of position here, though. Maxed up and kept alive. Everybody survives. That was a miraculous escape. It's almost as if like nobody died when the Titanic got sunk.
Yeah, that was a very quick Ancient Seal there from Pretty Hall. He was trying to tether back and couldn't quite get it. Now in July, he's on the high ground. Wasn't quite ready for it. Viper hops in. BKB on. Viper Strike finishes him off, but the Sonic Wave connects on 4 from HGT. Is the follow-up damage going to be there? Only Skywrath Mage in the well for now. Buybacks coming from Wings Gaming, and HGT will be repelled. Now they get punished for their hyper-aggression. Echo Slam on 2. Air and Kaka in trouble. They'll both fall.
Bing, bang, boom, kaboom. 4 dead, and the cow barely makes his way out.
Yeah, he'll charge away to
He
safety.
actually had, like, I think less than 3 digits of HP there. He managed to barely walk his way out of the middle of that fight. So that was almost a team wipe.
Yeah, that team fight recap, not very inclusive. There were more buybacks used than just the Earthshaker. I think, if we could pull up the buyback chart, yeah, there was one on the Wisp as well that didn't get counted in that recap. So not quite as big of a gain as it may have seemed, but still good news for Wings Gaming.
It was still pretty big.
Yeah.
Well, Wings gonna maybe look towards the Roshan here.
Wow.
Looks like they should have it. They're reasonably fast with the Wisp, the Queen of Pain.
Yeah, with 4 in the grave, they don't even really need minus armor to do this in a timely manner.
All right, Wings maybe looking to, maybe the whole strat was to just bait HGT into a false sense of security. And then crush their hopes.
This whole 30-minute bloodbath has just been bait for the late game.
Next level shit.
What does the Ember Spirit have now, though? He should be looking pretty far. Do you pick up the Battle Fury? Yeah, I think it's got to be... No, it's a Yasha.
He is up against Skyrath, so okay. Manta's pretty legit this game, I would say.
Yeah, that's true.
But you also have the Wisp to somewhat protect you. Then again, you never know if the Wisp is going to be alive in these fights. This Shadowblade Spiritbreaker makes life.
I actually do like the adjustment to go for a slightly more stats-oriented build rather than just going for a second Battle Fury or right for the crit.
ZSMJ around the corner. Shaker's going to blink forward, but he's quick on the BKB. Dodge avoids the initiation. Now turns on the Super. The relocate is going to end up getting this ball of energy kill. That drops the gem, which they just picked up. And they're going to lose, as well. Okay, 4 kills one way. Let's get 3 right back the other. HGT, this was their ultimate plan. Bait Wings into thinking that they're baiting HGT into a false sense of security.
If it wasn't for the relocate, that would have been a stomachable exchange. But the Wisp coming in, carrying the gem, and basically just suiciding. I mean, he didn't do anything there. And handing over the gem is almost bigger than the 3 kills at this point.
And they have no way to see the Spiritbreaker coming now. And they have no towers at this point, just the tier 2 bottom, really, so... That is a gigantic fight.
Yeah, Queen of Pain now has a BKB to go with her Shiva's Ags. So she's still ready to fight. They're going to have to make the high ground siege here. Wisp is... Actually, none of these heroes have buyback. Wisp has his on cooldown, but Lena and Earthshaker both lacking the gold. Now the charge coming across onto XDD. They've got the silence as well. No escape for him. The Nether Strike and the bash is on the Queen of Pain. She couldn't even BKB.
No buyback. She bought the Shiva. She doesn't have it.
No, she went all in on the BKB and she didn't even use it. Oh my gosh, LD. The Queen of Pain throws are serious.
Yeah, that Shiva's...
Oh. I think she had the Shivas first. I think she just bought the BKB.
Okay.
So it stings even more because that's the item she went all in on and couldn't even use it.
I guess either way,
it's still...
buys the next item.
She couldn't even use the Sonic Wave.
Oh. And she is like all of their damage output right now, or at least all of their team fight, really. The Shaker can initiate, but it's Queen of Pain that gets the job done.
Yeah. Well, that's a lane of barracks, at least 1 for HGT. The 2 big cores that do all the damage are in the grave for another 30 seconds, both without buyback. That's the glyph. I think HGT can stick around and get another lane of barracks if they want to go for it here.
All right, now this is where Wings 5-man wipes them, walks down mid, takes a lane of racks, takes the Rosh, and we reset, right?
It could be. Let's see.
Maybe
Can
not.
they do it? The Earthshaker has an Echo Slam. Will it be one for the ages? BKB used by XTT. The charge does get interrupted, and now Super. He's in trouble. No buyback for him. He'll be in the grave for a minute. In July, Mystic Flare, poison from the Viper. See ya. No buybacks to be had, and well, this could be close to GG territory here, LD.
I think we're deep into GG territory. I didn't seem like it. It actually seemed like a fairly even game, but I mean, they've got 5 heroes in the top, what is that, 7 for net worth, 4 in the top 5. It is
But they've
out
got
of control now.
They've got a Sonic Wave Laguna. Sonic Wave actually only connects on Kaka and Air, it looks like.
They just have too many BKBs now. Wayne's so reliant on their magic damage. The Ember just tickles.
Yeah.
It's over.
Now Lena's dead. XDD trying to do what little he can, but just Yasha Battle Fury, not really so scary at this stage, as he'll take a silence once more, bash from the Spirit Breaker, and yep, there's your follow-up damage.
HGT.
Wah,
They
wah.
will avoid the 2-0, so they save some face here.
That's good.
This was a team that showed a lot of potential. Moving, like, even a couple of months back, they looked solid at DAC. They ended up falling a bit short in that tournament, and I guess at this point they may disband. It's kind of sad, but it's the nature of a scene built around TI.
Yep, and our stats person has confirmed this is the highest kill per minute game in the Chinese qualifier thus far by a ridiculous margin. Relocate out will keep his friend alive there, but yeah, oh god.
20k experience lead, or no, gold lead.
It's crazy how fast that lead erupted, because this was a fairly even game for the
It was
bulk of
I
it.
think it was really the Shadowblade Spirit Breaker. That's
Yeah.
when this just completely fell apart.
Yeah, and then once ZSMJ got his BKB, they started commencing the 5-man, and oh, a Sacred Relic on the Gyro. Looks like they want to get a Rapier before this game ends. Just sell the drums, pick it up, come on.
Sell everything. Build towards your second
I
Rapier.
mean, he's out of charges, so he might as well.
Well, 2 lanes of racks down.
Is that an Aghanims for the Spirit Breaker? Nope, it's an Aghanims for the Rubik. Okay.
Ooh. Pretty decent Rubik Ag scheme. There's 3 big ults to grab.
It is, actually.
And of course, the lower cooldown is really nice.
For stealing Relocate, you can steal it during that kind of channel, it's not channel time, but that sort of cast
I
time
believe
it
once
has.
the initial cast happens.
Then
Like
you can steal it?
once he starts the relocate.
So it is a relatively easy spell to steal.
Well, I mean, Wisp is always in the middle of nowhere, right? So,
That's true, yeah.
but yeah, in the sense, like,
Well,
if
and I
you-
guess he usually tethers right after, so that's, I actually have it wrong. It's pretty difficult to steal.
yeah, and it's also not that good to steal because you don't have tethers.
It's more just, I was trying to think of what would fit into our niche of clown shoes for this game, and I think stealing Relocate definitely falls into that category.
HGT. Well,
Stealing Remnant
they'll
is
at
really
least get another push going here. It looks like in a moment. Air.
Oh, it's a Blink Dagger Viper. Okay, I thought he blinked in that last fight. Ooh, and the...
Yeah, he's been going for this build consistently throughout the qualifier. He really...
Yeah.
It allows the Viper to be relevant because, I mean, the biggest issue with this hero, more than anything for me, is his lack of mobility in fights. Like, looking at a lot of these other heroes, Queen of Pain, Wisp, Ember, Spirit Breaker,
Yeah.
even Skyrath Mage has great move speed, so it just helps you chase. You just blink in with BKB, and they can't really quickly kill you, so then they have to focus you. But you have Corrosive Skin, you possibly have the BKB, as I mentioned, and you're doing your job as a damage sponge.
Yeah.
Great for also just getting on the Wisp in this particular game.
Yeah, that's a good point as well. The Wings, is this the YOLO smoke territory here? Does the Quap still have her 10-second BKB? I don't think she's used it yet, actually. Oh, it's 9-second. Okay, she did get it off now.
Yeah, she blinked in on the mid-fight after throwing her ult, screamed, and then everyone was full HP because they all had BKBs and a billion health anyway. And they mech'd it off. Then she said, oh, well, I guess I gotta go now.
It's almost Rapier time here, LD.
Rapier hype! We saw one on the Weaver
Oh, yeah. You're right.
the other day. I think they lost that game, right?
Oh, yeah. Here it is, baby. Some happy viewers out there.
Rapier! 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 Rapier!
Who's going to get those lucky drops for the ZSMJ Rapier?
How many people got it? 83 viewers.
That's pretty good.
I wonder how many are watching.
Yeah,
It's got to be well into the 5 digits, I imagine.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, so Gyrocopter, one of the best Rapier carriers in the game, given his flat cannon. We'll see what kind of crazy damage he can do in this fight.
We'll see how long Wings last. They can't even fight it without it. They're going in now. Air blinks forward. Pretty Hall's going to leap in as well. Going onto the Wisp. It's not really the best initiation, but it's enough. They get the super kill. He's just been the punching bag this game.
Yeah.
Looks like one and being treated like one as well.
They really want to make this interesting. They can just hand the rapier over and see what happens. If they give it to the Ember Spirit, things could get very spicy.
Yeah, they could. They could suicide the rapier, and
Yeah.
I think Wings might have a pretty good chance then.
It could happen. Yeah, actually, two of the best rapier carriers in this game. Is there anyone better than Ember Spirit and Gyro? They are definitely two of the best.
Dusa's very good.
Dusa, yeah, that's the third one. At the upper echelon.
I mean, I think it's just the spread damage carries. Just use rapier better.
Yeah, yeah. Are there any others besides those three, though, that are like in that same tier? I can't think of one off the top of my head.
I mean, I guess some of the cleave carries it's nice on, but like the big ones are normally
Sven.
But Sven is normally just better with strength items because it works with his god strength, whereas like
Yeah.
flat damage doesn't.
And
so.
he already has so many slot issues.
Sven never has damage issues. He just has like mobility and
Survivability, yeah, exactly.
he's always getting kited. He's in the front line. I mean, even I've seen like so many Sven Wisp games where they still kite the Sven anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, the BKB change to have it capped at 5 seconds really hurt Sven.
Here comes the cow, but this time he's got the BKB. There's nothing they can do about this. Just Lena helplessly getting smacked around.
That was just a celebration Mystic Flare there. That was we already
It's like
won.
fireworks.
Yeah, victory fireworks. Oh boy. Sanj and Yasha on Viper. It's an interesting spread of stats.
Any win rate stat involving rapiers.
It's funny to see the disparity, though. How Medusa's is 58 and Ember's is 41.
Well, because Medusa is, like, the idea of Medusa is almost to just turtle and farm until you get your rapier, and you're, like,
it's
impossible
actually
to kill.
It's actually a core item on her in a lot of cases, whereas Ember Spirit,
It's like you're losing, and you're desperate, and they're pushing, and you need the rapier.
yeah.
Whereas and Gyro, it's the same thing, where it's just, it's very risky.
Yeah, but I guess Medusa's just so tanky with her mana shield and all that stuff, and also just the way she itemizes with big stat items like Scotty and Lincolns and that kind of stuff.
Item win rate stats are always...
Yeah. Well, that one is interesting for comparatives across those heroes, because I would still say that they're in that upper echelon of rapier carriers.
I don't think there's really any... I mean, I think it's still a potentially very viable item on certain single target carries, but I just don't think it's...
Oh, yeah.
It's not really a go-to. Shaker could be fun with the enchant totem, but I mean, again, strength is good there.
Yeah. Well, it's Dead Queen of Pain. She'll buy back straight away. And we are getting into the thick of it here. 56 to 32.
All right, when are they going to feed the rapier?
Oh, could this be it? Here we go. Pretty Haw hops in. Where's the gyrocopter? He's on his way. No call down, but he's ready to flat cannon down the dire side. Earthshaker's already fallen. Super taking a lot of damage. I heard a Queen of Pain ulti.
The stolen
by
Aghanim
Kaka.
Queen of Pain ult. Oh, the plays.
Oh, that's dirty. And meanwhile, Spirit Breaker, he's just diving tier 4s. There's no escape here. Queen of Pain
He's
goes
got
down.
a charge. I think he's going to go for it.
He wants it.
Oh,
He's hungry. XDD. Oh, he actually stops it, but it's not going to be enough. He'll still die, and, well, he's got a buyback, but Quap, she's in the grave for 90 seconds, and this could be the beginning of the end.
Gyro almost took some damage there.
That's it. Wings, Gyro almost took some damage. Well, that's it. A fun kind of consolation game here, I guess.
It's a nice dessert, you know, to
Yeah.
the main course of the China qualifiers, but really it's only an appetizer for the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly. Playoffs are going to be heated.
Sadly, HGT are not going to advance. I really felt like this was one of the top teams in China, but it shows you how brutal and cutthroat this format really is. You only get 4 series, so it's a total of 8 games, but it's like I kind of view them as just 4 units rather than 8, just because you play the 2 games basically back.
Who are the 4 teams that have made it now?
So for
Wings, eHome,
So it's Wings, eHome, Energy Pacemaker, and
C-Deck?
C-Deck. Yes.
Okay, so I had 3 of my 4 predictions,
So it's
right?
C-Deck and eHome who are going to be in the winner bracket finals, and it's Wings and Energy Pacemaker in the lower bracket round 1.
Okay, all right.
So basically, either C-Deck or eHome is guaranteed to go to TI, at least as a wildcard team, is the upshot for today.
Okay, so I guess it's not really an upset, but Wings over HGT. It was the unexpected one there. I think the other 3 are fairly predictable in terms of making the top 4.
Yeah, I mean, I think C-Deck didn't look that strong coming in, but it seemed like that what is his name? Their replacement for